This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, if you had Garrett Crochet going the distance with a complete game shutout for the Red Sox to extend their win streak to 9 in a row on your bingo card, congratulations. You are the big winner, and so are the Sox. 9 straight wins. I mean, the walk-off win with Rafaela's 2-run home run in the bottom half of the 9th inning on Friday. Crochet goes the distance, 1-0 victory, second 1-0 win of the season against the Rays. And it's official. The Red Sox right now own real estate in the heads of the Tampa Bay Rays. With that, we welcome you to our latest edition of the Locked On Red Sox Postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and storyteller. I've called over 1,000 games in the minors, spent one glorious Saturday in the show calling Padres and Dodgers from Dodger Stadium on ESPN Radio's national broadcast. To this day, Ellisburg still one of my all-time favorite Red Sox players. We are providing reaction every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Our Locked On Red Sox podcast also available on the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Yes, we're going to talk about the fact that the Red Sox could not add on to their 1-0 lead from the 6th inning on, but that's okay. We're talking about Garrett Crochet. Opportunity to go to the 9th inning and retires the side 1-2-3 in the 9th. Had one tough inning. And wouldn't you know it, a defensive play, a great play by Abraham Toro, cutting down the potential tying run at the plate on a safety squeeze. Latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox Postcast presented by Game Time. Download the Game Time app today, create your account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off on your first purchase. We do want to hear from you. Audience participation from our Royal Rooters. Encourage everydayers, first-timers, we want to hear from you. Hit that comment button if you're with us and on board on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. You can also hit me up. Continue the Red Sox and baseball conversation on the X at Lennox on Baseball. As advertised, because Shane Baz pitched a heck of a game as well. And Baz for the Tampa Bay Rays working into this game against the Red Sox, 10-plus strikeouts earlier in the season against the Red Sox. And Baz, this is where the Red Sox hitters are right now. He's a strikeout guy. 6 1/3 innings, 98 pitches, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Takes the loss. Now 8-5 on the season. On the other side, Garrett Crochet got 1 run, and Crochet made that 1-run stand. I want to ask you this off the top. At what point did you think about Crochet against the Yankees a while back at Fenway when he took a 1-0 lead to the top of the 9th inning? Judge touched him up for a home run. Red Sox had to come back in the 10th inning, win it on an RBI base hit by Carlos Narvaez. But Garrett Crochet, certainly the story of the day on Saturday, as the Red Sox have won the first 3 games of this series. And I will say it right here. Opportunity for a sweep with Brian Bayo on the mound on Sunday. But Garrett Crochet, certainly the story from Saturday.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Used to work at ESPN, I would do voiceovers for game highlights like this one. Red Sox, Rays, Fenway Park, and the highlights of the game. And there was a guy that I would argue with every once in a while, and he was right technically. You can't, if you get a shutout, if you're credited with a shutout, then it's assumed that you also have a complete game. Well, Garrett Crochet, first career complete game at the big league level, first career shutout. 1-0 the final. As the Red Sox pick up the shutout win, their second 1-0 win of the season against the Tampa Bay Rays. Can I give you the number of the day right off the top? Because I wrote it down. All right? The Red Sox are now 5-2 on the season against the Rays. 5-2. So they own the series right now. The way they won on Friday, the way they won on Saturday, this Rays team right now just needs to get to the All-Star break and then have 4 days off. Their All-Stars can go to Atlanta, participate, have fun. But they're now 4-11 in their last 15 games. In their 2 victories, remember that 16-run game they had in Tampa, Florida at Steinbrenner Field early on in the season against Houck and the Red Sox. In their 2 wins, 26 runs. In their 5 losses against the Red Sox, they've scored a total of 15 runs, and they've been shut out twice. But Crochet, just absolutely terrific. Again, that 9th inning, retiring the side on 7 pitches. Dave O'Brien, First Nesson reference saying it, hit 100 pitches right on the mark. Now, the way they're setting it up for the Cubs series, Giolito, Bayo, Friday, Saturday, and then it will be Crochet, who would go Sunday in the finale a week from tomorrow. So he's going to get a little rest here. Not going to pitch in the All-Star game on Tuesday. Not going to be bent out of shape on that one at all. But Crochet in this game, everything about it. Everything. 7 pitches in the 9th inning, had 7 1-2-3 innings. The inning that he ran into trouble, the 6th inning, Caballero pop out on 3 pitches. He had retired 11 in a row. Taylor Walls, who I like a lot. I mean, this is a lineup. You get guys on base, they can steal a bag. They've got great athletes. They've got terrific speed. Lou Merlone mentioned it. Hey, you get the tying run on base here. And Chapman was not throwing. He was milling around in the bullpen, but never really throwing and getting on and getting ready. Maybe you don't only need a hot day, cool day, a nice day at Fenway. Maybe you only needed a couple of pitches if he was going to be called upon for the 9th inning if the tying run got on base. But they had Chandler Simpson there available off the bench if they got the tying run to the plate. But in that 6th inning, Walls a single, Diaz a single, 1st and 3rd, Kim at the plate, 1 down. Safety squeeze, Toro to the plate. They cut down Walls at the plate. Rays, rightfully so, challenge it, and the call able to stand. Then Mangum retired on a ground out, inning over. Crochet, 1-2-3 7th, 1-2-3 8th, 1-2-3 9th, retired 9 in a row with the final 3 innings and going through that Rays lineup like a hot knife through butter. 10th win on the season. Again, first career complete game effort, first career shutout. After the bullpen, and Lou Merlone said it, hey, you taxed the bullpen last night, but every one of those guys really could be available. Outside, probably Bernardino, who went the 2 1/3 scoreless on Friday. So you went through a lot of relievers, but you didn't burn them all out. And how about the fact is I'm thinking about Brian Bayo pitching in the finale. Second complete game effort, all 9 innings from Bayo earlier in the week against the Rockies. Well, it's against the Rockies. Well, this one from Crochet against the Tampa Bay Rays. You have 2 complete game efforts from your starting pitchers in the same calendar week. That doesn't happen often, present day, folks. Let that sink in a little bit. Quality outing, best outing of the season for Crochet and for the Red Sox. And again, in that 8th inning, I started thinking about that game against the Yankees. Took a shutout into the 9th inning, owned Aaron Judge at that point in time. Judge touched him up for the home run. Chapman got the final 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Red Sox ended up winning it in the 10th on a Carlos Narvaez base hit. The heroics from Crochet, the heroics from Cedar Rafaela Friday, the heroics from Crochet on Saturday. And again, you really set this bullpen up where twice this week they didn't have to work. See what happens. Hunter Dobbins, tough news. Really tough news. ACL injury, Richard Fitz available. It could be Bayo and Fitz tomorrow. And then maybe Chapman, just to finish it off. But it's on the table. Said it during the National Series, said it during the Rockies series, repeating myself again, and didn't want to say opportunity for a sweep when they won the first game. They went up 2-0 in the series, 2 comeback wins in the first 2 games of the series, 1-0 victory. Where'd they get the run? Anthony double in the 4th inning, extending his hit streak to 8 in a row. Narvaez, RBI base hit, 1-0. Yoshida lines into a double play. That's the inning. Nice interview with Alex Bregman, by the way, during the game with Dave O'Brien, Obi, and Lou Merlone. But 5th inning on, you wanted to sort of pull your hair out as well. Going to make this point, then we hit a break. Then we hear from you, our Royal Rooters. Story, double to lead off the 5th. His 1,000th career base hit. We love the milestone numbers. That's a nice number. Tip of the cap to Trevor Story. 1,000 career hits in his big career hits at the big league level. Duran, Story left on base in the 5th. Duran double down the left field line. Hustle double. And that was in the 6th inning. Yoshida hit by a pitch, stolen base in the 7th, left on. Duran walked, stolen base in the 8th inning. Also left at second base. But again, Crochet, and again, the Yankee game, 1-0 going to the 9th. You end up winning in extra innings, but they tied it in the 9th inning. This game, no. Crochet, I've been here, and I know what it feels like to give up a game-tying home run. Diaz, big first out in that 9th inning on a comebacker. Kim got a home run in the opener, retired on a little dribbler out in front of the plate, and then Mangum, who hits Red Sox pitching very well, line out to right field, game over. saying all that to say, again, you've been here. 1-0 going to the ninth. Judge home run, 1-1 ball game. You couldn't close out a 1-0 victory against the Yankees. Again, you won it in extra innings. But this one, Crochet finishes what he starts. And it was impressive. It really was. Enough of me. We're going to hear from you. And we're going to have fun doing it as well. 9 straight wins. And by the way, you talk about the ninth inning. You talk about the kids are playing big roles in this right now. They are. And you know what this team is doing as well right now? And it should not go unnoticed. This team has won 9 in a row overall. This team is also now 11 games over 500 at Fenway Park. They've won 6 straight at home, now 14-3 over their last 17 at Fenway. We've been pulling our hair out. And again, I just started last year with the Locked On Red Sox postcast. But plenty of Red Sox fans coming on with us saying, this team doesn't even win at home. I don't think they had a winning record at any point at Fenway in 2024. Their first homestand last year was abysmal. I think it was against the Angels and the Rays, or Angels and the Orioles. But this team's winning at home. So there's a lot to be said about that. Speaking of things that need to be said, we're going to hear from you next. Locked On Red Sox postcast. 1-0 as Crochet goes the distance. Glad to have you on board. We're going to give a big number of the day coming up right out of the gate here in just a moment. Locked On Red Sox postcast presented by Supply House. Hey, get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades, Supply House. Whether you're into plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, first off, tip of the cap to you, because those are hard jobs, and those are jobs that are absolutely in demand. So if you're at the top of your game in those industries, thank you. Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product information to help you get the job done and get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you're always going to find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for the trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage, and now it's your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5, and you're going to receive 5% off on your first order as well. That's supplyhouse.com. Locked On Red Sox postcast also presented by Game Time. Hey, one more game in this series, one more game before the All-Star break for the Red Sox. Maybe you're going to try to get into a sold-out crowd on Saturday. Might be a tough ticket, but Game Time could help you out. If you're deciding last minute on Sunday, I want to try to get to Fenway, want to see a game at Fenway with friends and or family, maybe it's game day, and suddenly, again, you realize you want to be in the stands. You want to see them try to win 10 in a row going to the All-Star break. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge. What can you splurge on? Well, you could splurge on food, drinks, merch at the merchandise stand, or even invite a bigger group with you to the ballpark. Game Time makes that possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for exciting promos for upcoming games. Sox have one more left on this current homestand. Game Time has last-minute ticket zone deals for big savings like 10% off exclusive zone deals for FIFA Club World Cup matches. Seat views right in the app. Before you buy, you're going to know exactly where you're sitting at the yard. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create your account. Use code LOCKEDONMLB, and you're going to receive $20 off on your first purchase. Terms to apply. Again, create an account. Redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Here's a number of the day for you because it involves you, our Royal Rooters. A tip of the cap. We pay attention to it at Locked On, the analytics. My guy Sam, my guy Lindsay, they pay attention to it a lot more than I do, but I look at the numbers. We had over 1,600 views, and I don't know how long each view was for. They can give those the numbers, but we had over 1,600 views on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. We had well over 1,000 on the Locked On podcast version of the Locked On Red Sox postcast from Friday and Cedar Rafaela's heroics. Love it. Keep it coming. We do have our everydayers, and every once in a while, it's happened recently, of late, almost every day, every night, where it's somebody saying, hey, I'm here for the first time, but I enjoy it. We love having you here. So enough of that. Again, tip of the cap. Appreciate the continued support as we continue to build this audience with the Locked On Red Sox postcast, now a year plus into it with Locked On. I'm done. Now we hear from you. Who is our leadoff hitter? Who got in first? It's Ethan, who kind of was heckling me behind the scenes and on the chat on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel earlier in the day. And I understand, Ethan. I own it. I'll say it right here. Weeks ago. Now, we're going back to, let's say, May. I don't know that it was in June. Maybe it was early June, but it was certainly April, May, where I said, you know what? Might have to have a conversation about Cedar Rafaela being sent down. I was that frustrated with his approach at the plate. That approach has changed dramatically, and I say that to say this. I'm saying that a lot recently, too. But Jen McCaffrey on The Athletic, great story on Alex Bregman and Cedar Rafaela, from the young guys to even talking with Trevor Story and other guys. Alex Bregman has had a great influence talking with hitters about their approach, about their plan, about starting pitchers, quizzing them on guys they're going to see on that particular day or night or even the next day. So if you have The Athletic, read Jen's article. Jen is terrific. She's been covering the Red Sox for a while now. That is out there and available. But yeah, Ethan called me out there. Ethan, defense and pitching wins championships, huge win. Hey, you've gone 3-0 so far in the series. You've owned the Tampa Bay Rays. And they're going to have a miserable Saturday night out on the town in Boston, or just holed up back at the hotel. They got to be thinking about this series so far. Jeff, Crochet Day, huge after yesterday's bullpen game. What a run. That run is now 9 straight wins overall. Cody, 9 straight. Let's keep it rolling. Finally, perhaps we can have some hope for an exciting finish to the season. Man, it's going to go quick after the All-Star break. It really is. Carlos, let's bleeping go, Sox. Love it. Back-to-back wins with the City Connect jersey, 9 in a row, baby. A lot of exclamation points there, Carlos. Love it. Yeah, the City Connects. Friday, the green. Saturday, now an alternate jersey with the yellow and the blue as well. Ethan, Red Sox got over their allergy to momentum. Yeah, they have with 9 in a row. They really have right now. Bernie, let's bleeping go. Crochet is a beast. And I like in the last 38 hours or so, 24, 48 hours, 36 hours, whatever, last 2, 3, 4 days. Craig Breslow is on record now saying, hey, we're in the market. We want a starting pitcher. We don't want a guy at the end of the rotation. We don't want to just add another depth piece to our rotation. We want to go after a legit number 2. And I've gone it back and forth with the moniker Nittany Lion on, again, the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, in the comments there after we're done with the Locked On Red Sox postcast. And, wants Joe Ryan. You want Joe Ryan, Jarren Duran might have to be a part of the package. We've agreed to agree on that. But if you're going for a guy like Zach Gallen with the Diamondbacks, and Nittany Lion also threw a couple of others out there, I don't think Duran needs to be a part of that package. And I don't know if you're getting what you think you want. For those who want Duran to go here, you trade Jarren Duran, you're losing a bigger piece right now, I think, in the short term at least, than Rafael Devers. Because Devers was locked up long term, well into his 30s. Impact bat for years to come. That's the hope when they signed him, right? They've traded him. You move Duran during the season. Hey, you got to move Duran and understand you're not going to be able to do the same thing. By the way, Cedar Rafaela batting second and playing second base. I don't think second base is a strict platoon with Marcelo Meyer, but he's going to be there once in a while. And I do want to check on one thing because I was putting everything together. It's interesting to me that they didn't move guys around for the 8th or 9th inning. Rafaela stayed right at second base. Duran stayed at center, and Anthony stayed in left field. And maybe because it was a 1-0 game. I mean, you can argue both sides of it. 1-0 game, you want the best defense out there. But Rafaela, it's not going to be straight. He's going to move back and forth when there's a lefty and Meyer's not going to be in there. He's moving to second base. No, because Romy Gonzalez is still and going to be in that mix as well for second base. We got Bernie. Here we go. Alley Bats. There is crying in baseball. Tears of joy. The outburst I let out at work could be heard in Boston. Nothing wrong with that. And Allie, if you need people at work to understand what you're going through right now, just simply tell them the Red Sox have won 9 in a row. Allie, are you still at work and joining us on the Locked On Red Sox postcast? ? If you are, we can send a note. Jeff, does the Dobbins injury add pressure to add an arm even before the deadline? Not before the deadline. You've only got a couple more weeks. And any starting pitcher that's on the market, I can't imagine from July 18th, I think that's the date out of the break, through July 25th, 26th, those moves for starting pitchers. And again, if you're getting, a legit number 2 or 3 starting pitcher, those trades aren't going to be done until just before the deadline. They could go right down to that deadline, which I think is 6 p.m. Eastern on July 31. Allie, only 2 wins away from our personal Locked On concert. Yeah, it's not going to be a concert, Allie. It's going to be a couple of, you'll all, I see the number of viewers we have right now with us live on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. I sing next Friday. I've said it out loud. If you're with us for the first time, I've said it out loud. If they get the win streak to 11 in a row, maybe I just sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I can get through that. It's going to be brutal. I'm not whitewashing it here. I'm not sugarcoating it. It's going to be bad. And all of you will just click and go somewhere else. There's no doubt about that. Carlos, let's bleep sorry. What do we do here? Let's greasy fried chicken fingers and excited typing doesn't mix. Go Sox, go Rooters, and go Steve. Carlos, I want to talk to you about your diet. You sacrificed the chicken a while back. We do all appreciate it. But the fried chicken tenders, I don't know how old you are. I don't know. I'm not going to ask you how old you are. But if you're around my age, I got to do the same thing, friend. Let's mix in a salad, you and I, everyone. So I'm just worried about the fried diet. That's all. Carlos, appreciate you. Thank you, Carlos. That's from Allie Bats. Yeah, Carlos is sacrificing the health for victories here. Sacrificing the bucket of chicken recently and the fried chicken fingers today. Ethan, I just know Carlos sacrificed a bucket of chicken for this game. There you go. There we're going. Patrick, when was the last time a team had 2 complete games in the same week? I touched on that earlier, Patrick. I don't have ESPN stats and info at my fingertips anymore. That made me a lot smarter than I am, and I'm not smart. I'm in the room by myself. Most of the time, I'm still not the smartest person in the room. So I don't have that information available. Hey, there aren't that many complete game efforts all season long. So from the same team, very few. This might, this is not going out on the edge here, on the ledge. This might be the first time this season. If it's happened, I would say it's from the Padres pitching staff, but I don't even think that's happened. Patrick, 2 games away from hearing you sing. Yeah, you really don't want that. Can we put forth song suggestions? I vote Dirty Water or Tessie. You can vote that, but again, you're only going to get a verse or 2. You want me to go Take Me Out to the Ball Game? I can get through that with the lyrics the whole way. 9 innings, 9-inning nastiness from Big. Yeah, Crochet was outstanding. And even, Lou Merlone said it as he got the final out. Mangum to right field to Abreu, game over, complete game effort. Crochet just like, hey, got it done. No screaming, no big emotion, no, he got the Kool-Aid, he got the Gatorade bath or water or whatever it was, ice water. Ralph, Royal Rooter reporting for duty. Great game, Crochet, masterful. Wish the offense did more, but I'll take this win. Yeah, 1-0 game. Second 1-0 win of the season against the Tampa Bay Rays, and I think that's somewhat demoralizing for Tampa Bay. Jordan, if I'm the Cubs, Phillies, and Dodgers, I'm looking at this team and I'm saying, oh, got it. George, awesome game. Jordan, yeah. Look at the Dodgers right now. Just about every club that's a first-tier team, meaning a potential wild card or division winner, they've worn it. The Phillies have done it. The Dodgers have done it. The Mets have done it. The Red Sox. And again, I look at that stretch on that road trip against the Giants and the Angels where you got swept by the Angels. Like, oh, man, this hurts. I don't even want to say imagine where they'd be if they just split that or, went 2-4. Didn't, but still, season high in terms of games over 500, and the win streak's now at 9 in a row, and they continue to win at home. I can't stress that enough. Jordan, Crochet really should have 2 complete games. No thanks to Judge or anything. Hey, Judge did his job. Crochet had owned him. to that point. Crochet, that was a great matchup, and that's what you're going to see the next time Crochet faces Judge. I mean, think Garrett Cole, Rafael Devers. Owned Garrett Cole, owned real estate between his ears. And Crochet certainly had that. And in that instance, here you go, Aaron Judge. If you can beat me, great. If you can't, I'm the better man here. But you had to tip your cap in that situation to Aaron Judge. But again, Crochet was there once. I don't necessarily think he was thinking about that. But he may have gone to the mound in the ninth inning saying, this is mine. And Lou Merlone said it when he was in the dugout for the bottom half of the eighth inning. No hugs, no handshakes, a fist bump. And that tells you got the ninth, big guy. Go get it. Go get it. Ethan, the Rays had 0 Aaron Judges to stand in Crochet's way for the complete game. Yandy Diaz scared me. Again, Ha-Seong Kim homered in the series. Mangum is a guy contact hitter. He's not looking to hit the ball to the ballpark. Has the ability to do it, but more of a line drive contact hitter. That's what you've seen this season from Mangum against Red Sox pitching. So, yeah, certainly no Judge in that lineup. They can't afford financially a Judge in that lineup. George, felt like a playoff game. Yeah, Friday, Saturday. And that's what you want for the young players because they're getting into these environments. They're feeding off the crowd feeding off the victories. They're parallels. I mean, Dave O'Brien referenced it, and the Nesson cameras got it beautifully. You've been at Fenway with terrific crowds. I was at Fenway as a kid. When it's wall-to-wall and it's a sellout, you can't move. In your seat or when you get into the aisles, you can't move. And nobody wanted to leave. Take that for the rest of the summer and into the fall. Dan, Cedon throwing down the bunt. Cedon, yeah, and that's another thing when I wanted him sent down. Called upon to get the bunt down, Wasn't executing. But now, Cedon's doing a little bit of everything. Even playing second base. Dan, Crochet going the distance. He's only getting better. You're going to hear about his innings during the second half because he leads the majors in innings. And with that, I think you're probably going to back him off a little bit every once in a while if you can. Not every time out. LFG, Crochet for Cy Young. Nicholas, I'd make the argument, and we only have a minute or two left here as we continue to go towards 30 minutes here, and I'm going to get in trouble by my guy, Sam. I still go Scooble, even though we got roughed up on Friday by the Mariners, but Crochet's working himself into the conversation. Take the win-loss. Some people, the win-loss record, yes. The win-loss record, no. Their executive Major League Baseball and Jason Stark's article this week for The Athletic, that stat means nothing. It actually does mean a lot to starting pitchers. And I wonder sometimes the analytics people, the front office people, you go into an arbitration. Well, his record was only, he only won 10 games. Look at the team's record. Crochet, the team's record now a lot better than what it was. It was hovering around 500, and that was ugly a month ago. Ethan, icing on the cake. Yankees lose. Yeah, how about that? Yeah. You pass by the Rays. You got a little breathing room now for that second wild card. And now you're breathing down the necks of the Yankees for the number 1 wild card. And after that, it's the division. Because right now you pretty much put yourself in. Yeah, you're in the wild card hunt, but you want to be in the division hunt as well. Did you think they'd be there? Right here with 1 game to go before the All-Star break? And I'm going to close with this. Nate, games like this is why they signed Crochet, 100%. Shermai, Crochet. Was there ever a doubt? Yes, there was, because we know Red Sox fans. We know Royal Rooters. George, great CG given the Pens work yesterday. Yes. Nate, pitching and defense won this game. Yes. Random user, in your opinion, should trade anyone away before the deadline? Hey, you've got a deep farm system. Duran's name is mentioned. I don't want to see him go here during the 25 regular season. It may very well happen. I don't want to see it. I'm on record, and I'm not changing my mind on that. I love Jarren Duran. I fell in love with him last year. And by the way, last year, he made the All-Star team, and I said, don't worry about being voted in as the starter. Come into the game. I said this last year before the All-Star game. He might have a chance to make a big impression, to have a big impact on the game. He did in Arlington. By the way, hit a home run. All-Star game MVP. Now, he's not there this year. 79 All-Stars have already been named. Will Cedon Rafaela be named in the next 24 hours? Does someone else beg off or decide, hey, I'm not going to appear in the All-Star game? Now, a little different for a position player from a pitcher. Crochet wants to get ready for after the All-Star break. Doesn't even want to waste any bullets with one inning. You're in the All-Star game as a position player. Hey, give me my at-bat. Don't give me my at-bat. I'm all good either way. This team continues to win at home. But here's the thing about the All-Star game on Tuesday. Let's look at this glass half full. By the way, we have not heard from Andrew the Goat today. Look at this as glass half full. You sweep the series on Sunday. The 3 All-Stars, all veterans, Bregman, Crochet, Chapman. The Red Sox are going to be one of the top topics to talk about amongst Major League Baseball people and players and All-Stars this upcoming week in Atlanta. The Red Sox are going to be one of the positive stories at the All-Star game in Atlanta starting on Monday. Let that sink in. As we just talked about for over 30 minutes, Garrett Crochet going the distance in a 1-0 victory against the Rays, and the Red Sox have now won 9 in a row. Pepio, who I like for the Rays on Sunday, going up against Brian Bayo, who by the way, we remember what he did earlier in the week, going the distance against the Colorado Rockies. Lost his complete game or lost the shutout bid in the 9th inning, but was able to pick up the complete game effort. We're going to be on board with you within minutes of the final out of Sunday's finale and the final game before the All-Star break. Hopefully, we're talking about a 10th straight win and one more win closer to me singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, or maybe a couple of verses of Tessie or Dirty Water. Locked On Red Sox Postcast, number one place to hang out immediately after every game. We tip our cap to you, our Royal Rooters. Locked On Sports, your team, your red-hot Red Sox every day.